What's going on, guys? AM Sports Cards here, and in today's video I'm gonna be going over how to start a PC. A PC in the sports card hobby is a big thing, and today I'm gonna be going over how to start one and how to just keep building it as you go. Obviously, in the sport card world, ripping, wax, and flipping cards is obviously a big part of it. But at the end of the day, I think every collector needs a PC, someone they collect and someone that they just like and enjoy watching. So the first step to doing or starting a PC is just collect who you like. At the end of the day, it's your PC. You do what you want and you collect who you want. I know people that collect Detroit Lions and other teams like that I don't like, and at the end of the day it's just who you collect and who you like. For me, hockey, basketball, and football are my sports. Mainly, as you guys will see as I start pulling out my PC, hockey and football are really the main focuses here. Packers and Penguins. And I'm going to show you guys the first card that started my PC. And even my Lonzo Ball PC. Yes, Lonzo Ball. I PC him still. And I'm going to go over that and why to stick to your roots. I'm going to start on how to start a PC. And my first tip is just start with the bare minimum. Start with a base card. Start with whatever you have. For me, for hockey was always Sidney Crosby. That's my guy. He's the most cards I have in a PC. But as you guys will see, as I'm scrolling through each of these penny sleeve cards, a lot of these are just low-end stuff. This isn't that big stuff like Tim Hortons, OPG, Flair Ultra, Score. Like, there's not a lot of big time stuff in here. A lot of Gino, Letang. Like, yeah, you have the occasional yellow surge in there. But at the end of the day, start with base. I keep these cards I just showed you in the penny sleeves in my PC because it started my PC. Just putting together all my Sidney Crosby base cards was what started my PC. For Lonzo Ball, a guy who I just really enjoyed when he was coming into the NBA, and I've stuck with him ever since. Yeah, my PC isn't too big of him. I have paused it for Packers and Penguins, but at the end of the day, this is the stuff that started it. Like a prism-based Lonzo Ball, NBA hoop Lonzo Ball, right? These are the things that are going to start it. And then you move on, you get the prism base, some inserts, some nicer parallels and things like that. And that's how you do a PC. You want to start moving on to bigger things, go for a slab. Like, I can't stress enough about people just wanting the best value. And I understand, like, you want to have value in it, but at the end of the day, like, just pulling these out, these are nothing. These are just random base cards. Yeah, this Phenomenal Beginnings is just a box set, but at the end of the day, just collect who you like. Like, even these slabs, these are my PC slabs. Like, let me pull one out here. Like, Lonzo, here's a Lonzo, here's another one. Yeah, we'll go with this. Like this Emergent Fast Break Lonzo. Like, yeah, this card at one point was a nice card, but now it doesn't have the value. But personally for me, I don't care about value during collecting a PC. I just collect who I like. Yeah, Lonzo. It's pretty random now in 2025, but hey, I mean, he's my guy, and I'm going to stick with him because that's who I PC. Moving on to football now, as we move this Lonzo Ball PC out of the way. Football, one of the biggest sports probably in the hobby. I'd say, it's probably number one at this point. And yeah, I started it with Aaron Rodgers. My guy was my guy growing up. And yeah, look, it started off with, here, let me try and pull out a base card here. A prism base card. Boom, right there. That starts off your PC. If you want a PC, for example, let's say you like Josh Allen, right? Just put together your base Josh Allen's. Like, it will come together. And then once you move on from your sleeve stuff, you move on to the top-loaded stuff. Stuff like Prism Parallels, rookies, nice color matches, and things like that. That's the best way, in my opinion, to just start one. Next up is, I've talked about it before, is value isn't always important in a PC. In a PC, it's just your collection at the end of the day of who you like. I'm not going to go out and care if I have a base card or if I have a $500 Sidney Crosby, because yeah, I do have the dollar one, but the way a PC should work in my eyes is build it up. I didn't always have all these Packers and Penguins cards. I didn't have all of the sports cards. It's all a build up, and to me, build up your PC, whoever it may be, doesn't matter if they're the best player or the worst player. PC who you like, and at the end of the day, just keep it clean. Next up will be cutoffs. Obviously, you gotta have some cutoffs here and there, because if you don't, then your PC will kind of get out of hand, and you don't want that. So for me, I really cut it down to the players I've really loved on the Penguins, Packers. So basically, the guys like Crosby, Malkin, Letang. I've made exceptions for guys like Jay Gensel, who aren't on the Penguins anymore. Some of his cards that I pulled. And for the Packers, obviously, I started off with Aaron Rodgers, just like Sidney Crosby was my guy. And I loved him, and I wanted to collect his cards. So I had a lot of Aaron Rodgers, and then, I moved on, had some Devontae Adams, Jordan Love, have some Jair in there, and the receivers, a lot of them like Watson, Dobbs, Reed. Those are the guys I like, and I'm just going to put them in the PC, and that's just how it's done, and I think that's the way it should be done. Obviously, at the end of the day, you do it the way you want, but I just think staying organized, not caring about if it's a $1,000 card or a dollar card. I just think having a PC is just nice to look at, honestly. You could pull it out anytime and just start looking through what you have, and maybe it brings back memories for you. And maybe you're just happy to have them. So I think having a PC brings joy to the sport card hobby. It makes you, like, for example, Toronto Sport Card Expo is this weekend, and I'm going to be looking for this stuff, and it makes you look for these things. It makes you excited to go to shows and look for the guys you like. So I just think overall having a PC is important, and I just think it'll make you feel good about your collection, I could always go through my football. I could always go through this hockey bin and these ones over here and the one over here. But at the end of the day, if someone's asking me what's my favorite cards, and my most value might not be in this one, it might be in this one, might be in this one, but I'll always put their eyes on this one, the PC box, because it's the most important one to me, and I think that it should for everyone. So now, guys, let's go on to ripping some random packs. Alrighty, guys, now let's get into the random packs. So the first one up is the 2021 Hockey Extended Series. Seth Jarvis in here, JJ Peterka, a couple other ones like Holtz. Alexi Portis, I think, is in this. He's had an unreal year, even though he got injured. And then the second one is a Series 2 Hobby 2021-22. Lucas Raymond, Moritz Seider. A lot of other good names. Quentin Byfield, he's balling in the playoffs right now for them. But let's start off with the extended series. So like I said, Seth Jarvis. A couple other decent names in here as well. Don't know what we got. Maybe we got a canvas. Peter Mrazek. Carrier. Looks like we do have a canvas. Lauren Brossoit. And it's Jake Allen on the canvas. Joe Thornton on the Panthers. Marchand. Alright, get the base out of the way. So there you go. Jake Allen on the UD canvas. It's on New Jersey now. The backup, still a cool card. I love canvases. Can't go wrong with the canvases. I think they're great. Next up, we got the 2021-22 Series 2 Hobby. So the Red Wings boys are in here. Other good names as well, but obviously just not going to name them all. And it looks like, I'm not sure what we have. Scoring through the base, Pietrangelo, Kessel. We got one of those marquee rookies, and it's going to be Dawson Mercer. All right. Dawson Mercer on the marquee rookie. Obviously, this is the old configuration, so just one hit per pack. So Dawson Mercer on the marquee rookie. Maroon just retired. Gino. And yeah, that's about it. So those are the random packs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on tips to make a PC and the random pack opening. And I'll see you guys in the next video.